Okay, we're doing a lab called Can You Name It? Identifying samples based on their physical and chemical properties. We did come up with brainstorm some ideas about some properties to test, but for time's sake, we're just going to test certain characteristics today. So we're gonna test, so in your lab write-up, you'll just be writing in these properties. So the first one we're gonna test is luster. Then we'll test texture. Then we're going to test flammability, melting. And the other ones that you're going to test are dissolves in water and reacts with vinegar. And then from those properties, you'll be able to identify the sample. Okay, so the first one, we're just gonna kind of go down the list. We're gonna look at 6 substances. They are all white, so you can't put really color as one of the properties to test because they're all white. But we can test the luster. Luster is just like how shiny something is. So here's our samples over here. This is sample number 1, and it's not really shiny, just kind of a regular white coloring. This is sample number 2. And it's not really shiny either, but it's, it's a brighter white. This is sample number 3, and it's more of a, a bright white also. And another sample number 4 looks kind of exactly like 3, but it's a different substance. It's number 4. And again, it's kind of that plain white, no shininess to it. And then we have sample number 5. Oh, this is more crystally. It does have kind of a shine, sparkle to it. And then finally, sample number 6. It's another white substance that, it has kind of just a dull white color. So you want to fill in, again, each of those samples and kind of explain, was it shiny, was it dull, was it plain? So you're gonna fill in that column yourself. Okay, let's go through the samples in sample B and talk about the texture. Okay, here we go back. Number 1, if I were to feel it, again, it's smooth, slightly granule. Number 2, it's like little grains. So has a more granule texture. Number 3, ooh, it's very smooth texture. Number 4, it's even more smooth texture. Okay, we're getting to the sparkling one. Again, it's like a granule texture, similar to, that's up to side down 5, similar to number 2. Like those are two granule ones. That's number 5. It does have a grainy texture. And then number 6, again, has a smooth texture also. Okay, so our next category is going to look at flammability. So we're gonna see if these are flammable. Okay, the next property we're looking at is flammability. So do you think flammability is a physical or chemical property? So we'll talk about that later. So we have the substances listed over here. So we're going to try to light these on fire. So number 1. We'll give it a good 10 seconds. Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, we'll move to the next one, number 2. Okay. Anything happening? No, looks pretty good. Okay, number 3. Okay, look, there's some. Ooh, a little bit of fire going on that one in 3. Okay, so there, that one is flammable. And okay. And next, 4. Okay. Oh, that one. It's burning. And that's burning. Also flammable. And it can burn. Okay. Okay, let's move on to 6, no 5. Okay, this is the one, okay, 5. Okay, you can see that it's melting a little bit. Okay. Ooh. So we got some melting going on. As opposed to number 4, that's more of a burning. And then finally, number 6. Okay, we got a burning. Okay, so 6 burning, 5 melting, 4 burning, 3 kind of a combo, melting and burning, 2 nothing, 1 nothing. Okay, the next one we're going to kind of set up and like wait and do something else, but we're gonna put it on this hot plate and looking at melting. So you can see that the hot plate is super hot. It is at 429 degrees Celsius. So that is like your oven. So we do not want to touch it, lab safety. So we are gonna put our little papers on there. Here's number 1. Not to spill and not touching the thing. Okay, 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, looks like 1's already, number 2 is slightly burning, and ooh, okay, we don't want to start a fire in the house. So we can see 2 and 3. 3 is really burning. Okay. Now we need to take this off or else we're gonna start a fire. Okay. Okay, so we almost burned our house down. But here are the results. Number 1, nothing happened. It didn't melt. Number 2, it did slightly burn. And here we go. Number 3 really burned. Has more of a yellowish color. Number 4 just slightly burned around the edges. And again, because we want to produce too much smoke in the house. Number 5 in this amberish color. What could that possibly be? And then finally, number 6, a little bit of burning. Okay, so that was the D category of melting. Now we're gonna get into dissolving in water. Is that a physical or chemical property? And then we'll do reacts with vinegar. Okay, here we go. So in our little well plates, we have water. And so we're gonna put a little bit of each of the substances in them and stir them around and see if they dissolve. Okay, there is number 1. Okay, if you feel it, it still feels slightly granite, you can still feel it a little bit in there. Okay, number 2. Okay, stir it nicely up. Number 2, and it has dissolved. Okay, number 3. Okay. Ooh, look at that dissolving. Okay, I'll stir it up. Ooh, that dissolves. Okay, number 4. Okay. It really seems, it's producing like a thick, gooey, substance that feels slightly soapy-ish. Okay, number 5. Stir, stir, stir. And that looked like it dissolved. See, yeah. Okay, and then finally number 6. Okay. And that is very thick, and really there's a lot at the bottom left, so it really didn't dissolve that much. Okay, and then the last one we're gonna do is testing with vinegar. Vinegar is an acid. So we are going to put the substances in again, and then we'll put a couple drops of vinegar in that. So go ahead. Right here, right here. Okay, number 1. Here we go. Okay, number 1. Okay, here we go. I'm putting some vinegar in it. Let's see if anything happens. Oh, some sizzle going on there. Bubbling. So looks like a chemical reaction is going on. It's bubbling and kind of sizzling. Okay, number 2. Let's say nothing, no reaction, nothing really going on there. Okay, number 3. Dissolving, but not bubbling. So, okay, number 4. Okay, again, just kind of dissolving, nothing really going on there. And then 2 more, 5. Okay, just kind of dissolving like it would in water, no chemical reaction. And then last one, 6. More. Okay, there we go. Hey, kitty, let's stir that puppy up. And it gets all clumpy and stuff. No chemical reaction. Nothing. Slight bubbles a little bit, but not bubbly like the first one. Okay. Okay, so those were all the properties that we looked at. Now, can you identify the sample that they are based on those properties? Again, these are substances that you find in your kitchen. So that should give you a good hint to be able to help identify the substance. Bye-bye.